Welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the Thunder hosting the Wizards. And the Thunder are 14.5-point home favorites. The over-under is at 229.5. The Wizards are plus 675 on the money line, and the Thunder are minus 1050. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip-off tomorrow. Now, the Thunder have yet to lose a game, and both of these teams against the spread have been god-awful this year. The Wizards are 1-3, much like their record, and the Thunder are 1-4. They're winning, but they're just not covering the game. Now, there is absolutely no value in betting this game on the money line. So if I do say that I will take the Thunder on the money line, please understand it just means I think they're going to win the game. Don't come at me for, I'm minus 1,050. Shit does happen where these teams do lose, but let's be real. Lineups are supposed to be Carrington, McCollum, Middleton, George, and Sarr for the Wizards. SGA, Wallace, Dort, Wiggins, and Hartenstein for the Thunder. This is sort of, I don't want to say a gimme game, but this is not an important game for the Thunder. And it sucks when you say that because if you're looking to bet this game, there's going to be one of two mindsets that's going to happen, and it's not going to be the good one if you're looking to bet the Thunder. They're going to play their starters, and I imagine if they get up to a large enough lead, they're going to bench them and rest them for the next game, or they'll you won't get the performance you're supposed to because they're playing the Wizards. Now, head-to-head, the Thunder are 6-4 against the Wizards in their last 10. The Thunder beaten the Wizards the last 6 times they played them. The favorite has won and covered the last 3 games they've played against each other. The favorite is 5-5 against the spread. The favorite is 9-1 on the money line. The over is hit in their last 7 meetings. The over is 8-2. The over at 229.5 is 7-3. And the home team is 5-5. They played twice last year, and the Thunder crushed the Wizards both times. 123-105. They were 17.5-point favorites. They covered that game. 136-95. That was in D.C. They crushed them again, and yes, they did cover the spread in that one. For the Wizards, the only game that they've covered this year is the game that they won. 253, 224, 252, and then 273 points. They were beating the Sixers for most of the game yesterday and then found a way to choke it away in the fourth quarter and then ultimately lose in overtime. They lost by 13 to the Bucks, then they beat the Mavericks by 10, lost by 26 to the Hornets, and then lost by 5 to the Sixers. Now, Embiid did play in that game, so I will give them that. Paul George didn't, but Embiid was playing, and Edgecombe got himself into some foul trouble earlier in the game, so he sat most of the first half. You know, when you look at his minutes and his points, he started picking up towards the fourth quarter, but they sat him most of the first half. For the Thunder, as I said, they haven't lost yet to start the year. The only game they covered was the game they played against the Hawks. In their games so far this year, there was 249, 276, 217, 195, and then 208. A 6-point win over the Pacers, didn't cover. 17-point win over the Hawks, they did cover. A 7-point win over the Mavericks, they did not cover. Those 3 games were on the road. Then they beat the Kings by 6. That was another one of those little trap games that I said the spread was too high because they were playing back-to-back nights, and at one point they were double digits. They fell to 8.5, and they still didn't cover that. I'm going to take the Thunder on the money line. I understand. I'm going to take the Thunder laying the points because if there's any game that they should absolutely mollywop their opponent, it should be this one. And I'm going to go over. The Wizards have been scoring points, so I'd like to say that this game would get competitive and then until it wasn't. Now, these are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.